I developed a stronger conviction that everybody, certainly all Indians, need to take greater interest in foreign policy. Because somehow, I mean, it's very common all over the world. There is a belief that foreign policy is something complicated, esoteric. It should be left to, a certain set of people to deal with, which is not entirely without some justification. But to me, a number of events happened why it's important for the average person to get more involved with foreign policy, certainly pay more attention to foreign policy. And some of those events, if you look, the one which I've spent a lot of time in the book explaining was the COVID. That COVID showed that if you were a person in some remote part of India with absolutely no interest in the world had decided not to leave you alone. The world actually entered your doorstep. In fact, it came inside your home. So the idea that there is a world and there is home, there is that very messy thing out there, but I'm okay because I'm in my bubble. It's necessary for us to put that behind us. Now, I'm giving you a very extreme example, which is COVID. But in a variety of ways, other things matter. A second example I've cited is actually the Ukraine conflict. And, frankly, the price of petrol in the petrol pump, which affects every one of us, which would have actually driven, fueled inflation. It wouldn't have just fueled our vehicles, it would have fueled inflation in this country, had we not made certain decisions in that regard. So that's like a second example. I would, in different ways, it could even be Indians who travel abroad, and more Indians travel every year. If you look at the number of passports that we issue, these are rising at a very substantial rate. I think last year we issued about 13 million new passports. If one looks at Indians or people of Indian origin living and working abroad, they are today estimated at about 32, 33 million people. When we had that, when we had a lockdown situation, if you look at the number of Indians who happened at that particular point of time to be abroad in some form, people who were working in cruise shipping and merchant shipping and airlines and hotels, who'd gone out as blue-collar workers. We have today about, I think, 1.3 million students out at any given point of time. So the Indians who go out, should also be aware of that, something can happen in the world. And frankly, their families and their near and dear need to know it too. Yeah, so, this is a long way of saying that really globalization today, between globalization and technology, because there's a segment I've also devoted to the dangers from the normal. That, there are choices we make without even thinking about it. What are the games and the apps we download? What are the phones that we use? Who's collecting our data? Who's harvesting our data? What are they doing with it? And are you comfortable with where your data is? So if you put all this together, the essence of a long explanation, which you must read the book to fully grasp, is that, even people who may not think they're professionally connected with foreign policy should take an interest in foreign policy.